the truth will be revealed, because what you attract is not what you want, it is exactly what you need based on who you are within your whole energy system. So the need for ancestral healing, of course, becomes inevitable. So let me explain you what exactly is going on. So the majority of people, of those who are operating within our current matrix, our construct of beliefs and perception of ourself, of reality, how the world works and our place in the universe, and our timeline, our space-time reality and all of it, of course, the majority of them think, okay, so this is how it is. You know, we have tools given us by science and religion and all of it, and we have to stay within these lines that are given to us. Now, a very small portion, the rebels, the spiritual seekers, they say, wait a minute, let's ask ourselves this different question. And these questions can really be a sign that our soul is speaking to us to search for something in a different way, not externally, but more about remembering our true soul's calling and path of what it is that we are here to do. It's not so much about doing, it's more about being, shifting ourselves in a different state of being, because this is really what's going on. We are shifting into a new kind of planetary alignment, and what it means is that a lot of new energy is getting bombarded to the planets, is coming into our energy fields, but also in our human energy fields, and that of course is going to activate lots of things in our whole nervous system. Now, what else is happening is that of what has been hidden within our subconscious minds, deep down, that has been stored at the bottom of the ocean in our subconscious minds, at places where the light doesn't normally shine, in the deepest part of our shadow aspect, so to speak. Now that is slowly coming to the surface. Think about this devilfish that recently popped to the surface, that never come to the surface, which is a great metaphor for this as well. But also the hidden truth that was stored within our ancestral patterns, both from our father line and mother line. We already see that there are secrets that suddenly are now being revealed. Dark truths that has been revealed that they never knew about themselves. And this can cause a lot of things like insecurity, instability, a lot of different emotions now suddenly coming up, and chaos and the lack of focus. And what is it that we are really supposed to do here? Because we are so conditioned in doing and being productive and making contributions and make money and increase our values and standards in the world. And yes, I come to that part as well. But right now it is really essential to shift into a different state of being. And I noticed this myself as well, because I always have been very active in doing a lot of things, in working and all of it. But then I noticed that, wait a minute, the work that I do, is it really in line with my soul's calling? And I have everything up right in here within my mind. But then I noticed that if I try to work from the mind, because that can give me more safety, security, stability, standard, status, options, a lot of it simply didn't really work for me, because I was externally focused. But then I lost touch with my own intuition. And this is now also the thing that we are seeing in the world, is where the feminine energy is getting into balance with the masculine energy, also within us, because we all, both men and women, have masculine and feminine energy. So if we have too much masculine energy and we are always like in this warrior kind of state of being, by being active, getting out there, get things done, be aggressive in our productivities and all of it, and having always this disciplined focus. And what can happen if we are losing touch with the feminine aspect of us? We can burn out. But if we have too much feminine energy right now, because our soul and spirit is trying to find an equilibrium, because right now it needs to integrate more of the feminine energy within us, then what can happen is that we don't have any focus, we don't have any desire or wanting to get out there, we don't have any discipline and consistency and persistence. We have too much feminine energy, and then we go around in circles and circles, going absolutely freaking nowhere. And I can also relate to that as well. So there's this whole dynamic that plays within us, and it's very challenging as well, because it feels like we are not really fully functioning in the world, within matrix world and conditioning that much. We struggle with work and our creative expressions and our businesses or self-employed endeavors we're trying to do, which is very frustrating, because that also has an impact on our financial situation, but also in our relationship. Think about if we have a dynamic within our own energy system that is not in balance, then what can happen? We attract people that are trying to re-establish that kind of balance, and now what can happen is a codependent kind of situation, which is a whole other dynamic. I also had to go through that as well myself, and then restore that balance within ourselves, and that takes time, it takes patience. And then what we start to realize, like, wait a minute, you know, I am really here to have a look at all these patterns that are here from the mind that has been stored here, and dive deep within the shadow aspects that is also existing within me. And then finds and reconnect with the core essence of our true authentic self that is already whole and complete, and make that a little bit more bigger, and integrate more of the divine energies that are coming here, and then integrate more of that and become more embodied within our divine energies. And that can also help us to further ground ourselves, so we don't need to look for external stabilities and safety and securities, because we have it within ourselves. So the truth that is being revealed is, of course, that you never wanted to face in the first place. That's terrified you, you have been walking away from, you have been rejecting, you have been neglecting within your own self. And you have been distracting yourself with work, relationships, or unhealthy habits and behaviors. And now you cannot longer avoid it. You must really face that darker aspects within yourself, because more light is right now shining through the darkest places of your subconscious mind, the bottom of the ocean. And as a water sign, as a Pisces myself, as a tiny little fish, I've been already many times through the bottom of these oceans, and perhaps I still will be many times over again, to uncover the secrets of our unconscious minds and spirits and soul. And that's what we have to align. It's not longer operate from the level of the mind, but also from the level of the soul, because we live in this artificial, fake kind of simulation that somewhat keeps us enslaved in our own insecurities, because everything that's being projected on us will, of course, stimulate these insecurities. And if we hang onto that, there will always be we always have a master from the outside world trying to control our life. But eventually we have to become master over our own mind, body and spirits, and get aligned with our soul's journey. And then we don't really need an external master. Sure, maybe you want to work for an employer, which is fine, but everything that he or she is projecting on you, okay, or your family or your friends or anyone externally, you say, you know what, nothing is going to affect me, because what used to trigger me is not really longer triggering me that much. If you want to project your beliefs on mine, fine. I'm invisible. And that's really what we are heading. How more we do this in our work, how less of the external things will affect us. But for that we must shift, of course, in a higher state of being. And through ancestral healing work, we can do this more often, to let go and to become aware of the things that is not longer serving us, that's from the past, and it's not longer affecting us anymore. But also, of course, we can also integrate more of the energies of our ancestors to find a sense of empowerment within ourselves. Maybe we do need more of the energy of the warrior archetype, or the energy of the king archetype, or the lover, or the magician. And really is to balance all these different kind of energies within ourselves as well. So anyway, I'm going to leave it with this one. Let me know your thoughts, what you're going through. And here at Shamanic Wellness, we explore, of course, the shamanic impulses that we have known from our Northwest European heritage, because this is also reconnecting with our roots, as this also has been spread out amongst the world, where our animistic way of life had to make place for, of course, the rise of conquering empires, and we lose touch with our spiritual roots and heritage. Now is the time to revive that part within ourselves as well. So if you are interested in that, of course, make sure you subscribe, hit the like, leave your thoughts, leave a comment below. Also feel free to share this video, and I look forward to see you on my next videos. Take care for now.